Nobody can show me anything that Andrew Tate has have done maliciously or negatively. The only thing you can say is you disagree with what he's talking about when it comes to certain things he said. But you can't show me anything online, anywhere, where he did something maliciously to anyone. Nowhere. All right, man, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope you have a great New Year. 2023, I hope is good for you as well as I hope it's good for me. So, Andrew Tate, cousin, has came out and spoken on the situation with his cousin. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to him, and then I'm going to come back and give my thoughts on what he said.
The first thing I want to tell you guys is I promise you that Tate is too rich and too smart to do anything illegal. He's been too rich and too smart to do anything illegal for a very, very long time. As long as I've lived with him, I've never seen him do anything illegal at all in any way, shape, or form. Tate also, because he's foreseen of things, he always knew that this would happen. He's told you guys this would happen. He has many interview clips where he said this would happen. It's a 3-life process when you're someone that that let's say the Matrix or the mainstream news or the people in charge do not like you. It's a 3-step process. First, they try and cancel you. So they tried to cancel Tate. They really did. Unfortunately for them, they failed. So they failed on that end. So if they fail on canceling you, what's the next move? Well, the next move is jail. And by the way, you can see this playbook. They do this playbook with Julian Assange. They do it with credible people. It's what they do. First, they try and discredit you and cancel you, so no one listens to you. If people keep listening to you, then they have to try and discredit you further and try and put you in jail. That's the next move. And that's what the Matrix has done. The Matrix is now trying to put Andrew in jail. It's completely bogus charges, but unfortunately, Romania is, you guys can look this up, is known for corruption, and unfortunately, corruption also works to where if the mainstream and the Matrix wants you, they can find a corrupt judge to sign a bullshit paper to get your house raided. And that's really what it is. It's one judge signs one paper, and now your house gets raided, and then you get, and that's how it goes. That's just how it goes. So, obviously that's all in the news now, because that's what it takes to discredit, right? Just the house raid alone is massively discrediting. Julian Assange, right? I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's the WikiLeaks guy who reported a bunch of news that the US government didn't want to get reported. Then one day, out of nowhere, some Swedish girl said that he raped her. And there's no evidence at all that that happened ever. And I'm pretty sure the charges were dropped and it never even went to court. But by then, he ran away and hid in exile in some embassy. He was in that embassy forever. Then they dropped those charges, and they added on some new charges about something about leaking sensitive information, like it's a sort of terrorist thing. So anyway, that's the playbook they played on Assange. Step 2 done. Will they attempt step 3? Because step 3 is, if they can't cancel you, and if they can't put you in jail, or if jail doesn't ruin your influence, the next thing they do is they kill you. They Epstein you. And Andrew's clearly said on multiple podcasts he will never kill himself. Andrew knew that this would happen eventually. It was always a possibility on the board. It was always, okay, well, we've done well in not getting canceled. We're not going to shut up because we're going to keep changing lives for the better. And okay, so that means step 2 is jail. And Andrew expressed in many podcasts that he knew that that was the case, and that's why he was worried. And obviously he was worried for a good reason, as we can see now. Because frankly, I'm extremely, extremely surprised this happened. I've been living with the guy forever, and I can tell you guys, it's not true in any way, shape, or form. It's complete, just literal nonsense. I actually can't believe it. It makes me really not trust the justice system at all in any way, shape, or form.
All right, man. So, I'm put it to you like this, and this is just me being honest, straight up. I totally think Andrew Tate is innocent. I'm not an Andrew Tate fanboy. I'm not one of those people that just believe anything. It's a couple of reasons why I believe Andrew Tate is innocent. One is Andrew Tate is a very, 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 very popular person. Very popular. There's no way you can tell me that this guy, Andrew Tate, is a sex trafficker or someone who is manipulating girls, because if he was doing that, that would have been came out. The reason why Andrew Tate is going through all he's going through right now is because it's the same thing that would happen with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels died. I'm not saying Andrew Tate is going to die. I hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. But Andrew Tate is one of those men, one of those people that is gaining popularity off of his words. Never seen him physically do anything to anybody except for kickboxing, but never physically see him do anything. I never seen him disrespect anyone on camera ever. Never. He talks with so much intelligence that a lot of people are starting to fear him because he has such a big influence over men. Now, some people would say that that's not right for him to have that type of influence because he's basically influencing men to think a certain way. Listen, if the women can have the feminist movement and talk about how toxic masculinity is ruining everything, then y'all should not have a problem with us or people or men following behind Andrew Tate, because toxic femininity is 10 times worse than toxic masculinity. And I'm just going to say that straight up. Toxic femininity is 10 times worse than toxic masculinity. Period. There's no way around it. Because the thing is, what you consider toxic masculinity is really not toxic masculinity. It's actually just men just disagreeing with the lifestyle of women and putting themselves in positions where they win. Toxic femininity is women talking down on men, saying how much men ain't shit, men ain't this, men ain't that, the white man hold me back, the black man is this. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's negative, period. Now, I know people gonna say, well, toxic is negative, but that's the label that the feminists gave men, even though it's not toxic. You ask any of these feminists anything, what they're going to tell you is something negative. They don't have any solutions to anything. Everything is negative. No solutions whatsoever on any front. So for me to sit here and believe that this man who is very popular, who has done so much for people, I don't think that Andrew Tate is the second coming of Jesus or something. But I do believe that Andrew Tate takes his followers and people who like him very serious, and I think he holds that dear to his heart. He don't say that, but I can tell that he cares about his image and people. He cares about what people think, not what people necessarily think about him, but he cares about the people that follow him. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't be saying this stuff. He wouldn't be having these classes or the university and telling men how to make money. They're looking for anything to tie him to something. I seen some a lover boy charge. It's basically saying, making women fall in love with him and making them do sort of like Stockholm syndrome type shit, holding women captured in his home and making them do things all around the world for men, as if he's some type of pimp and making girls do something. He clearly said that he has a webcam business. He clearly said that. So for people to sit here and say that, oh yeah, well, you gotta understand, he's doing things that's illegal. I'm sure that he knows that this isn't illegal, because if it was, he wouldn't have said it. He basically said, listen, this is the business I do. I'm teaching people how to do this, and everybody's making money. The problem is, see, here's the thing. If Andrew Tate would have had just shut up and that said nothing, and ain't say nothing, 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't have said nothing to him. He could have did anything he wanted to do. But see, the establishment and the so-called matrix, they don't like when a straight man, and some people say Andrew Tate is black because he's half black and whatever other nationality he is. Some people don't like the fact that a straight man can tell other straight men what to do to get out of the situation they're in. They can't stand it. They hate it. So what they do is they basically try to get rid of you. They try to get rid of you any type of way they can. They're going to try to get rid of you. They're going to get you out of here. Simple as that. See, I ain't big enough for it. I ain't big enough for it. They ain't going to come after me because I'm a nobody. You know what I'm saying? In their eyes, I'm saying. But truth be told, eventually if I get to a certain situation or a certain aspect, I'm not going to shut up either. But they'll find something. This is what they do. This is what they do. And a lot of y'all are too scared to say how y'all really feel. So all these websites, you ask yourself, they convince you to believe them. The same people you say you hate are the same people that you believe when it comes to something that you want to believe. So they know, okay, if we say this about this person, he appears to be that way. So let's just say that about him. And the masses will believe it, even though they hate us. They'll hate him even more because he's way more egregious than what we have done. We bombed countries. We did shit that they never seen, and they don't really even care about. But the stuff he does, we'll just put that in their face. Now, one time, nobody can show me anything that Andrew Tate have done maliciously or negatively. The only thing you can say is you disagree with what he's talking about when it comes to certain things he said. But you can't show me anything online, anywhere, where he did something maliciously to anyone. Nowhere. You could bring up the situation with the girl. They said it was consensual. That's how they play around. So, what is there? They got y'all believing that this man has done something, and y'all don't even know what he done. Y'all don't even know. Y'all have no idea. Y'all just going along with whatever. I seen some show called I think it's called Double Toast, right? It's two black guys, older men, which is cool. I like them for the most part. But they said some goofy shit the other day, right? They said some goofy shit. They said Andrew Tate got arrested. He got tipped off because he put the pizza boxes on the counter, and that's how they found out he was in the country. First of all, you goofy ass niggas. That's the stupidest shit that I ever heard. This is not a fucking movie. I know you guys review movies, but this is not a fucking movie. How the fuck would they not know he was in the country if they have him under investigation? If he's under investigation in the country, you goofy ass niggas, they would see that he's there. It has nothing to do with no fucking pizza boxes. And here's the thing. They ran with the story, not knowing if it was real or not. Just said that because somebody on Twitter said it. And then the same people that was investigating him came out like an hour or 2 hours later and said, or a day later or something like that, and said, no, that is not why we came there. had nothing to do with the pizza boxes. But did any of these goofy ass motherfuckers that made these claims, did they apologize? Did they go on and say, you know what? We were wrong for saying that. That's not why he got arrested. He didn't get arrested for that. No, they didn't. But again, you are no different from any of these other people that make up lies about people. When you know you're wrong about something or you're unsure, then the facts come out and you don't go correct it, you're just as bad as the people that you're talking about. When you make up shit. This is what I'm saying. So it's like, what pisses me off is people are scared to just be accountable for shit. If you know that you don't know anything about Andrew Tate and you only seen fucking Facebook reels or Twitter clips or whatever from leftists or people who want to paint him in a negative light, and you draw a conclusion off of that, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what you're talking about. If you did, you would say, let me go do some research first before I make an assessment. It's like, oh, well, this is what he does and this is what he is. Yeah, because that's what he is. Yeah, because that's what he does and that's what he is. But then you find out that that's not what he actually does. And that's not what he actually is. So anyway, shit crazy. Hey, man, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is, man. Happy New Year.